Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ray, and we are about to watch episode 8 of Arcane. Now, last episode, I literally just watched it, so I'm very emotional about Echo. I loved meeting Echo again and getting to see his operation, his little really green colors for him. The firelights, not skateboards, but the hoverboards that he has is all green colors, and then you go to his hideout and it's like very green and growing and verdant. And you have the artwork with the mural with all of the people we grew to know and love from the first couple of episodes, including Powder, kind of symbolizing Powder, who she used to be. And clearly the fight between, I didn't talk about it in the last episode too much, but I really like the fight between him and Jinx, and vacillating between him and Powder versus him and Jinx, and the games they used to play as kids, the way they used to run together as kids, because they were actually probably the same age, roughly the same age, which is different because all the other kids that we met were older than Jinx. Echo's pretty much the only one who was the same age as her. So it makes sense that they probably hung out more. They probably, played together more. And it's like really sad and awful that it's come to this, that the violence that has been erupting between them has kind of separated them so much and changed them so much. And like, so the fight between them was very melancholic. Which I really liked, and very wistful. It was also a little bit playful in the beginning, because like the moment he took out the stopwatch, it's like she understood exactly what it was. And I think he had, like, the whole episode, there's been this undercurrent that he has been longing, he's been hoping that she was still Powder, and he had lost that kind of optimism, that kind of faith that Vi is still holding on to. And it's in that one moment, it's almost like he got it back, that maybe there is Powder in there, which is why he decided to approach this like one of their old games together, which is very sad, which makes me think that he is dead. And that, because that's a very poignant way to send his character off if they wanted to. But there's a part of me that doesn't want it, but I can understand why that would be he would be a character you would kill there, as motivation for Vi, as well as motivation for Jinx / Powder, to kind of, as one of the things to wake up from, because her whole thing is that she's been haunted by her old friends that have died, and that she feels responsible for killing. And there's certainly a level of responsibility that she holds there, but she was also a child and she was trying to help, and it was kind of an accident. It was an accident. Whereas this is her really killing one of her friends. This is her killing Echo. Like, there's no if, and, or buts about this. This is her walking onto that bridge and deciding to take Echo's life. So if he's dead, it's a very different situation for her emotionally and cognitively to have to handle that, of actually fully murdering one of her friends. So I can see why that would be. I can see why that would be something they would want to do, because she thought she was haunted by ghosts before. Wait until she actually gets haunted by somebody she really intended to kill and did. That's making me think that he probably is dead, which is upsetting, because I really liked his character, and I think he had the potential to become the real leader of the Undercity in the future. I'm very upset about it. So there's that. Don't know how this is all going to end, but I think a lot of people are going to die. A lot of our characters that we've met are going to die. Oh, I didn't mention the professor going in a hood and going somewhere secretively. So I wonder what he's up to. So hopefully, I guess we'll find out in this next episode. But all right, that's enough like preamble. Let's get into the episode. All right.
Perhaps she could be my daughter.
You'd give me a throne.
I will give you the world, child, if you prove you can take it.
So her mom was a warrior. Okay. No, she's gonna kill this
She's a
girl.
symbol of the old regime. Kill her now. Only one must die. Let her live, and you may need to kill thousands.
Oh Lord. Killed her anyway.
A wolf has no mercy.
The wolf ain't out here murdering people though, so what we talking about here? They kill to eat or they kill to protect their family. That's it. Very clearly just colonize that whole area, huh? A mess. So is she seeing that? Like, the angles look very, very strange to me. It doesn't feel like she could see that from where she's standing. Because that's on the bridge. So, what is she looking at? Like, am I crazy? But it doesn't look like she's right next to the bridge. So what's she gonna do? Is she gonna take to heart her mother's words? You gotta be a wolf or whatever. The way people talk about wolves is you just don't know anything about wolves. It's like a common not writer trope, but like people have this idea of wolves that's just
Another
completely
counselor
wrong.
friend of yours? Thank you.
Oh, it's gonna go
and your
so left.
Friend can address the council yourselves. I'd suggest you prepare accordingly.
It is going to go so left because he's now galvanized into wanting to make weapons and feeling like, oh, we can't save none of these undercity folk and we're gonna have to exterminate these trash, you know. He's on that tip right now.
She won't die, Doctor.
Cause he feels like she's like him, a reflection of him. So he wants her to go through this and come out the other side. Oh. Yeah, so he don't go crazy.
I too once had a daughter.
Yeah, and like do something to him in the middle of the procedure. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, but like he thinks of Jinx as like a reflection of him. Of
Not a problem. Wasn't
know.
here for him. Thought I might bend you here. You know, when I asked
She's
my
like,
mates what Silk
it's
was up to,
his
your
child
names
in that
first
sense.
started them out.
that's what he thinks.
Savica is out in the harbor. Or Savica paid the knuckleheads a visit.
Like, see, they've been building her character up in the background, Sapphic, to portray Silco for a while. This is very earned. Oh, is that her mom? Oh, is that the letter? Her mom was coming to see her? And now she's gonna feel like she needs to prove that she can be a wolf to her mom.
Yes?
Yes,
Alright.
it's for me, dear. I'm off to sample the local cuisine.
Alright, mama! Like, she really got herself a little boy toy.
We'll present our case to the council tonight.
Sure. Sure.
You did all this yourself? Without even going down there? And I thought Powder could get obsessed.
Oh, they're gonna kiss.
What happened to
Oh,
her?
they're gonna kiss.
It's not your fault.
When my parents were still alive, no monster's gonna get you, and I'm here.
But she's with
And a
Silco.
real monster showed up. And I just ran away.
Oh yeah, the
Left her.
oh god, yeah. They've done a good job. Oh no! Wow, what a smash cut! Ooh. Oh god, what is she gonna be like after this procedure with this mad scientist? My goodness.
You know, Powder, you're stronger than you think. I'm so sorry, Powder.
Your sister's Jinx.
Does she think that she's a little sister replacement? See, maybe they should have kissed on the bridge so she could understand the difference.
I'm afraid it will only get worse.
Oh god. What is up with all the mad scientist experiments in this show? It's all terrible. Yeah. This is the slums, honey. This is what you didn't care about for the hundreds of years that this city has been here. You don't care about these people, and you trying to act like you're all about for the people, for the city, want to make Piltover great, land of equality, or whatever the hell. Like, this is part of that. Just the complete exploitation and disenfranchisement of all of these people. Oh, is he going to see the highlights or whatever? Oh, the... Is he going to find the echo?
These blades seem improperly pitched.
You're wrong.
Echo's alive!
Designed for the fissures. Air is denser.
Oh. Are you all right, lad?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just sprained my ankle.
With a grenade?
Are you Counselor Heimerdinger?
It's just Heimerdinger now.
He said a man's mind hides behind his body.
Sure.
Somehow I doubt he ever tried this.
I cannot imagine being in a room with
Squeeze,
your
child.
supposed
break it.
mother-in-law or hopeful
I do have other
mother-in-law
matters, so
while
if you'll
she's
excuse me.
naked
Threat of the
being
Undercity
wheeled
is
up
real.
by a bunch of young
Your
nubile
leadership
men.
is impeccable.
What?
We may not be Noxus, but Piltover isn't as helpless as you think.
Who said anything about Piltover? Wait.
Oh god, and now you're saying your mother-in-law naked?
I see why this province and my daughter have fallen for you. You have the passion of youth. I have experience.
What
I
is
want you to
happening?
succeed here, Jace. To grace the world with Hextech. But if you don't accept certain realities, I fear you'll end up like General Parlek.
Can we do this where you're not naked? I know she's doing it to put him off and make him feel uncomfortable, but
We have greater concerns.
and as a show of
The
power and
sheriff
everything.
betrayed
But
us.
We need
Oh my
better
God.
information.
We need to act. before
can't you
anyone
just
else
be
gets
sitting
killed.
on a throne or something? Like,
This was operating independently. What could anyone in the Undercity offer him that he didn't have up here?
Door is.
now she has an agenda. Like, she thinks that they should just take out Silco and it'll solve things, but that's not going to solve things. Also, the whole Undercity is mad. Like, this is out of. It's not just one man.
Where are you going?
Like,
I don't know.
it,
Back where I came from? Seems like that's what everyone up
it's
here
an
wants.
entire class of
fix this.
people
You
who are
can't.
oppressed constantly.
This is how things are, how they've always been. I was so stupid to think it could change.
There must be something else we can do. Some other way. We'll make a new plan. We have
I wasn't
to try.
expecting Mel to go
We
that
tried,
way, but
okay? It wasn't enough.
given her
Top sides
backstory,
and
it makes
bottom,
sense
oil and water,
for her to
that's all
try
there
for
is.
peace first.
What
Interesting.
about us?
Oh Lord.
Oil and water.
Oh
Wasn't
no,
meant to
Matt.
be.
You're
Bye.
just saying that.
Do yourself a favor, Cupcake.
Forget we ever met.
Forget me. Okay?
No, she can't. She's like falling in love with you. Oh. This is a mess. Everybody has different agendas, you know.
I was hoping you might take a look at something I've been working on.
Oh Lord, what is she about to walk in on?
Victor, I was inspired by your...
Now what? No, stay away from it! Oh, please don't die, girl. Oh, yep, she's dead. Oh, she just died. Oh my god. She just died. Really terribly. Oh, she got obliterated. Oh, and now you've got shimmer monsters waking up. Woo. I mean, we should have known that he would have them posted. Well, this is going to be a great fight scene, you know? Oh, she's so awesome, though. She all about them hands, and I really respect that. I like having a hero who's a brawler. Like, that's her thing. Yeah, these are like characters I can absolutely see being in a video game, by the way. I get it. Now he looks like a video game character. With the hammer. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like this is the most video game this show has ever been. He's kind of reminding me of Jinx right here. Don't get killed. Did he blast a little kid? Oh, Lord. He just blasted a little kid. I think this is exactly the thing that Mel didn't want. Oof. It's certainly the thing that Vander didn't want. He just has a bunch of kids working in these factories. My goodness. He literally just has a bunch of kids working in the factory. Silco. But we all know that Silco is not above using children. Like I was saying, we've been knew that Silco doesn't care about or doesn't have a problem with using children. It's literally the first thing we learned about him. The first scene we saw him in, he was abusing a child and planning on using the child to be the first human experiment for his shimmer. So... oh no! She's in there! Oh, is she gonna kill her parents? Is she gonna kill... is Jinx gonna kill Caitlyn's parents? Oh my god. Alright, we are... oof. Alright, that was episode 7 of Arcane. Everything has come to a head. Unexpectedly, we got more Mel backstory, which I think was needed. I think her character has had the least amount of like growth and development, interestingly, of the main characters that we have. So I'm glad that we got to know more about her and why she is the way that she is. Interestingly, she's not the one who was the most war hungry. In fact, because of her past with her mother, she's very resistant to going to war. So that was something new that we learned about Mel. Interesting. And it's actually Jace who became more and more like hungry for crackdowns and violence and using violence to subdue the Undercity. Vi is always kind of all about her fists. Like, that's how she solves things, despite everything she should have understood from what Vander was saying. She's always about, you know, that action. So, not surprising that she wants the council to attack Silco. I wasn't expecting the council meeting to go the way that it did. I think more counselors were actually more reasonable than I thought. They're still not, you know, reasonable in the sense that they're not good leaders. But they weren't all like, ooh, let's kill everybody in the Undercity, you know? So I respect that. And I did think it was interesting to see Vi and Jace team up, because we haven't quite, like, they don't know that they're the ones that incited everything that has happened so far, because Vi is the one that led the other kids to go steal from his lab, and he's the one whose experiments, his volatile experiments caused the first explosion that was the inciting incident in the first episode, in the beginning of the series. So it's interesting that kind of, you know, dramatic irony where we, the audience, remember that scene where they're on the opposite sides of that exploded door looking at each other, that they caught a glimpse of each other in that 1 second. And now here they are, just completely different people, and now working together. It's interesting. So we got we learned that Echo is not dead. My boy, my son Echo is still alive, so I'm so thankful for that. And he's now met up with Heimerdinger. So I think at the end, Heimerdinger and Echo will live, actually. And I think my prediction that Echo will become the new leader of the Undercity is now pretty much, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Otherwise, there's no point in having him meet with Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger is like one of the founders of Piltover. And the reason that he founded it was to be some kind of bastion of equality and progress and science and all that. And because he's been walking through the streets of the Undercity, he's now being forced to face with the fact that his dream for Piltover has completely failed. And the reason that it has failed is because the people in Topside have completely neglected and thrown away everybody who's in the Undercity. The people who are on the streets starving and eating the toxic food. Like, we didn't talk about that scene of Vi eating the radioactive fish, but that's growing in that toxic water in the river, that the river that literally turned Silco's eye like that, like the poison that's in that river, the runoff, I assume from some industrial places or plants coming from the top side of Piltover. I assume this is all like runoff of all that sludge. Like, they're eating like garbage out of that river, like mutated fish and bugs and whatnot, and they're just like living in trash and filth and poison air from the mines, and just terrible lives they're leading down there. And the people topside just completely ignore them and forget them, out of sight, out of mind or something. I don't know. And Heimerdinger is being forced to face that he has failed, that his dream of a city that is equal and just and good is just a complete failure, because he completely left behind the poor and the lower class. He created an environment that allowed this growing, gaping divide between the classes, and he's done nothing to reconcile that. And now that he's been ostracized from the council, he's trying to find a way to be of service. And so he went down to the Undercity to see if he could, I'll help them, and then he found the reality is that their situation is so distraught and so terrible that they just can't be bothered to give some topsider any, the time of day. So it's interesting to have Heimerdinger in that situation. I think he met a good fellow with Echo, because Echo has a deep understanding of the plight of the people in the lanes and the people in the Undercity. But he has the kindness and the hope in his heart that was instilled by Vander and by Vi when he was younger, and Benzo when he was younger. He has that still in him. And that care and that kindness, I think, will match quite well with Heimerdinger. So I'm excited to see what kind of future I think that they will forge together. I'm very excited for that. So on the other side, we have Silco finding Jinx's body and distraught out of his mind at the idea that he might lose her. Like I said, I think he's genuine in that he considers her to be an extension of himself. He loves her as much as he possibly can, considering he is who he is. But I wonder how long that love will last if she decides to side with her sister. That will be the test of him, because I think he has genuine affection for her. For as much as this man can feel affection for another person, he has it for Jinx. And because he sees so much of himself in her, and he sees so much of him and Vander in her and Vi's relationship, and because he latched on to that idea in the beginning, in episode 3, he latched on to that immediately. I think he has this idea that if he can somehow mold her into something stronger, into someone stronger, that he can prove that his way is the right way, that the choices that he made that led him to where he is now were right. I feel like that's what his mind, that's where his mind is. And so it tracks, at least for me, for him to be genuinely afraid to lose her. Because I feel like he has made her such a pinnacle of his own choices that if he does lose her, he will feel like a failure in a way that nothing else has done. Like nothing else would make him feel like a failure except losing her. But like I said, I think it's a conditional situation. I think it's conditional on the idea of Jinx completely and utterly rejecting Vi. If Jinx feels affection for, or forgives, or tries to build a relationship with Vi again, I think Silco will completely lose it, and I think he will completely cut her off, and he may even try to kill her. I think that'll be his last straw. We have in his crew, we have the guy he embarrassed in the last episode, him going to Sapphic to try and, get her to, I guess, stage a coup. And she's been primed. She literally, all series so far, she has been primed to try and overthrow Silco. She did the same thing with Vander. She was with Vander and she felt like he was doing nothing and that he was weak. So she betrayed Vander for Silco. And now we're hearing the same thing. And it's always these damn kids. Like in her mind, she's like, it's always for these damn children. Like, why are these children? She's like a Scooby-Doo villain. Like, why are these children ruining everything? I know she's thinking it in her mind. Like, So I think she's going to make a play for Jinx finally. But Jinx is now doped up with whatever magic juice. This mad scientist who was experimenting on that big, mutated creature. Like she's all dosed up with whatever that is, and she's already very unstable. So I don't know what we're gonna get after this. She disappeared. I honestly thought we were gonna find her in the streets of in the lanes just killing people. We might come back to that in the next episode, but I don't know. She's just been getting like the thing about Powder / Jinx is that it's just been trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma. Feelings of abandonment, manipulation, gaslighting from Silco. It's just been really a terrible time for her, and she's just so unstable. And then she is so violent as well, and has kind of a bloodlust, but it's also built out of fear and pain. And now she's about to get dosed up with some Jesus juice out of this gross ass laboratory. I don't know if we can recover. I don't know if we're gonna get out of this series with her still alive. I think she might die, to be honest. I think she might die. So we'll have to see. It's the last episode, next episode, so I'm about to jump into it. I'm quite excited. We'll we'll see how it goes. All right, we'll go ahead and end it there. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that. Whatever you need to do is YouTube. You can just not do any of that and just watch me. It doesn't matter. It's all good. And I will catch you on the next one. We're here. We're at the end. Let's go. Let's finish it out.
Whatever, all this ever, but you long gone, it don't matter.